Get off my stage.
You allowed him to touch your daughter's bare breast, and your first phone call wasn't 911?
I'm a little confused why we did a lie detector test with you. I mean, you knew. You knew, and you haven't done anything. Christina came here and took a lie detector test, and we asked you, were you aware of any sexual contact between your fiancé and your daughter? She answered yes. Did you know your fiancé was having sex with your daughter? She answered yes.
What?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God.
Did you allow your fiancé to have sexual physical contact with your daughter? And you answered yes.
No, I
That is sickening.
Let's bring out Dan. She seems confused about answering yes here, Dan.
Well, Steve, she was never polygraphed because she confessed to everything before I even had to polygraph her. When you confess, there's no polygraph. So when I did ask her about being aware, she said to me, I'm not going to pass that question. And then I had the discussion. She went into telling me about the fiancé grabbing the daughter's breasts. We discussed the fact that she knew, but she didn't want to know because she didn't want to wake that sleeping bear because she had been a victim of abuse from previous boyfriends. So basically, if you know the little cartoon emoji of the monkeys, see nothing, say nothing, hear nothing, that's her.
Thank you.
I didn't.
You admitted to it!
Not about the sex, I didn't know.
You admitted to it!
You didn't do anything. You knew your daughter was having sex with this guy. You didn't protect her. You didn't protect your youngest one being exposed. You didn't protect her from being grabbed by this guy. You didn't show up in court to make sure he'd get a proper sentencing. You have done nothing. You're one of the biggest piece of mothers I've ever had on a stage. You should never, ever get your daughters back. I hope your sister gets to keep them forever.
I'm fighting for custody.
I hope
100%.
And you know what? When this guy gets out,
she's going to be right back with him.
You deserve them. And now I see tears, and I don't know what. Who are they for? For yourself? Because they're not for your daughters. Because if you actually had tears for your daughters, you would have called the police, you would have showed up in court, which you did neither of. You are a horrible, horrible human being and a terrible mother, and I hope you rot in hell and someday jail. Get the hell off my stage!
A couple weeks ago, I spoke to my daughter. She told me that her mom's boyfriend had hit her because of the fact that she had wet his bed. She also told me that she was locked in the basement.
What he's saying about his daughter, is any of that true?
None of that is true.
None of it's true? You don't spank
at
her?
all. No.
Okay.
I'm afraid that he might come to my door, and I will have to defend myself, and I will lose what I've earned, so I called the show. Yo,
Punk ass.
she ain't your daughter. She ain't your daughter. She's my daughter.
What have you done to find out the truth?
I spoke to my daughter. Since this happened, Floyd's not letting me speak to my daughter. She says that she's gonna have her call Wayne Daddy.
I just want to tell Michael the truth, okay? Because I seriously think that this is all BS. I know damn well that Dwayne did not lock my daughter in the basement because I'm always with him, and not even that. When I'm not there, his mama's there.
You've been dating for 6 months and you let this man spank your 3-year-old child?
Yep, yes, I do. I let him spank my child. I am a great mother. I'm the mother and father this little girl knows.
You might want to reconsider that statement if you're letting this guy spank your daughter.
You are such a liar.
You're full of
Such a liar. How are you going to accuse my man?
Don't get. I'm not accusing your man. I'm protecting our daughter.
I have no idea of conversations that they hold because it's none of my business. I'd rather not dwell in it because it's just going to
You
cause
know
more
what? If
problems
this is
between
your
me and you.
woman and this is the
Baby, stop lying. I show you all of my text messages. I tell you the whole truth about everything, and you're telling me you don't know.
Listen, I do see the text messages. Okay, I
You
see.
just said you don't know
I-
everything. Did you fabricate Dwayne locking your daughter in the basement? You answered no. You are telling the truth. You were asked, have you ever locked your daughter in the basement?
And I told the truth.
Did you?
Yeah, I told the truth. I told
What
him
was
that
the
I
answer
put
to-
her on the front step, and I went to act like I was gonna close the door, and I felt guilty, and I stopped. That's the truth.
Whoa.
Boo, boo, whatever.
You locked your child in the basement.
Okay, if you consider leaving the door halfway open and not shutting it all the way, so be it.
You felt guilty about it.
So be it.
You need some serious counseling. You
No,
really do.
I don't need serious counseling.
Besides one time, have you ever spanked your daughter with excessive force? Besides one time? You answered no. Have you witnessed Dwayne using excessive force with your daughter?
Nope.
Okay.
Never witnessed it.
Have you ever witnessed Dwayne locking your daughter in the basement?
I've never seen Dwayne lock her in the
Okay.
basement.
You did not tell the truth.
I'm coming, baby.
If Dwayne fails this lie detector test, you are going to stay with him.
I'm staying with my man. We're gonna go home.
Have you
anyway.
ever locked? You know why you want to get home? Because you're caught up here. That's why.
No,
you
not
wanna
because
run off
I'm
the
caught up
stage.
in here. Because I'm not gonna let somebody define who the hell I am or what
Hey,
kind
you
of
know
lover
what?
I am.
Have you ever locked Flora's daughter in the basement more than one time? You answered no. Have you ever spanked Flora's daughter with excessive force? You answered no. You did not tell the truth. Why did you file the lie
Because
detector
he
test?
witnessed it.
I don't.
Because
listen,
he
I
witnessed
promise
it.
you.
He
I
witnessed
promise-
it.
There you
He
go.
can't tell me
Thank
what to
you
do
very
with my
much.
child.
Get the hell off my stage. Did you intentionally burn Jess's son? You answered no. The results for your lie detector test is that you did not tell the truth.
Why are you with this crazy bitch?
And you with her!
She needs some help, Steve. Get her.
When
You
she-
see that,
I need to
Jim?
get off of here.
See that, right?
Mike,
You see that, right? You defending her the whole.
but she also attempted countermeasures during the test, and she was purposefully non-cooperative.
How could you hurt it?
How could you see? I knew.
Out of resentment because it's
So
their baby.
Jim, just a little tip for you. When you go back home, go check your browser history on your computer and see if she Googled how to beat a lie detector test. Because I'm sure
Jim, I want to ask you
that's
something.
gonna
What you
pop
got
up
to
there.
say
Yeah,
about
what
it?
you got to say
Huh?
about it? Come on over there now.
Huh?
I don't know what to do to get off of here.
Yeah, you want to be with somebody who purposely burnt
Burned
your
your
son?
son? That he's got to be going through more surgeries later in life to stretch his skin because of the she did to him? God, I want to
Me too. I swear to God, I do.
show you some sense he'll tell you. That's an innocent baby. 10 months old.
How would you feel if that happened to you? How would you feel?
Wait. I'm about to lose my damn religion. I'm
He pulled that cord.
I'm
I know
telling
he did. He did.
Hey, how does that lie?
To ask the guy to come out here and tell
Yeah,
me
Dan,
how.
where you at?
Hold on. We're gonna get to Dan. Don't worry about that. It was funny because when you were telling the story, you got all choked up and crying and all this. And now you fail for burning a child intentionally, and you tried to beat the test, and now you're very stoic. What's going on?
I don't understand how I tried to beat the
And I
test.
don't understand how a 10-month-old child
Really?
pulls a rice cooker down on him.
And he did.
Story stinks. Doesn't make sense. So, hold on. Explain why you were doing measures to beat the lie detector test. Why did you do that?
It's the drugs. That's what made it like that. That's what it,
Help.
Okay. No,
'Cause I
the
know
drugs
he
didn't
pulled
make
that
you
cord
feel.
down.
Did the drugs make you attempt to try to detect the test?
I never tried to beat a lie detector
Oh, really?
test.
Let's bring out Dan.
I've done drugs. It never made me hurt my child. Never. Nobody else is even.
You know, just from almost like a physics standpoint, right? Little baby, and like I said, the only reason I even know because I had a rice cooker. I used to cook rice all the time because I was poor. You know, so rice is very cheap, and it's very heavy with water.
Oh, yeah. And you picked that up right away, Steve. Your Steve radar was like miss-a-lock on that one. And another thing that I had discussed all is rubber feet. And assuming it's on a Formica or a top, Steve, I don't think you could push it, right? Because the rubber would cause it to resist. Another thing is, most rice cookers have detachable cords because you put them in a dishwasher. You pull on the cord. Did yours? There you go. You pull on the cord. What's going to happen?
It's going to come attached.
Thank you. So when the story doesn't make sense, Steve,
That's
it's
why
not.
I said it was
Great.
and I knew it.
She comes here. I ask her, have you used any drugs? She says, yeah, I took a couple of puffs from a blunt this morning. I said, really? It's 8 a.m. Weren't you told not to do drugs? No. Okay.
Which right there.
Which right there, I know
every producer tells every guest that we have, can't do drugs.
How could you hurt an innocent baby?
She produces dramatic reactions on her chart, Steve. I bring her back again later, and I polygraph her again, produces dramatic reactions on her charts, but I know when you're using drugs, and she was using way more than marijuana. So I drug test her. You ready? Oxycodone, opiates, Xanax, which is a benzodiazepine, marijuana, and crack cocaine. You think that's countermeasure, Steve, and purposeful non-cooperation? She was told on November the 5th, 3 weeks ago, not to use illegal drugs. She comes here like a pharmacy.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Steve.
Do you know Dan's history, his biography there, Jessica? He's one of the leading experts in giving polygraph. He gives them for courts, does them for the FBI, police departments all around the country. He is probably the foremost, best expert at this. And he's determined that you intentionally burned this child. Is there anything at all that you'd like to say to the mother, to the father of this child that's going to be scarred for the rest of his life? Anything you want to say to Jim, the love of your life?
I'm sorry, but I didn't intentionally burn your child. And if it's being claimed for a few more weeks, then I'll do it and I'll take another one. This is it is. Because I know he pulled that cord down, and that's what happened. I know it in the bottom of my heart. I know it.
Yeah, if you smoke enough crack, maybe you'll believe it. Now, I know how you're feeling. I really do. But I want to know what you have to say to her. Yeah. This is a woman, since your son has been burned, you've laid down with her. You've had children with her.
I got to live with it the rest.
I want to know what you have to say to the woman that disfigured your son.
I don't want to see her face until, I mean, you know for a fact you can't, like, even with her taking that test, regardless whether the drugs, you know it's a proven fact that she did it.
Yeah.
Regardless, it was intentional.
What do you want to believe, Jim?
I believe that she did it. That's what the test results say.
So now that you know that she did it, what do you have to say to her?
I'm done. It's over. It's over.
Well, I got good news and bad news for you. The good news is I don't think Jim's going anywhere. I think he'll be crawling in your bed tonight. I really do. I hope you're more of a man than that, but I got my doubts. I think you'll still go back to her, which is terrible for your son, knowing that dad picked a girl over him. The bad news is I believe that Jess is going to go home, contact the police, and have you arrested.
No question about it. No question about it.
And when you get on that little computer you did where you tried to beat the lie detector test, Google felony and see what the parameters for sentencings are when you're convicted of a felony. Because you might be throwing a college graduation party for your son by the time you get out. And you know what? Maybe the kids were screaming that day, you were overwhelmed, you resented Jess, and you took that pot, you dumped it right over the kid's head.
Because you knew it was a product of them cheating on you.
And you know what? You were put in a rotten position by a rotten man. Can you imagine if somebody did that to your child? I know. Imagine that to my. I would destroy the place. When you go away, which I'm sure you will, you write me a little letter, tell me how things are in there, how long you're going away for. And then you can write little love letters to Jim. Maybe he'll wait for you. But I got a feeling when you get out, you'll be too old for him. Get the hell off my stage.
If I fail, horns will come out my head and fire, and I'll transform into the devil right here on this damn stage. Come on, man.
You out here making jokes like it's a thing, dog? What you doing there with my daughter, dog? I'll ass up. Let you did something to my daughter. Let you did something to my daughter. I swear to God. I swear to God, you making jokes like it's a game. This ain't no game.
Grant, when did you find out about this?
I just found out this Monday. I ain't know nothing about this.
Okay,
I found out that Monday when the show called.
So the show calls you, when the show calls you and you find out this, what is your reaction to that?
I'm pissed off, because this is my daughter. You do something to my daughter, you do something to me.
But how about the fact that Geneva didn't tell you?
That upsets me even more.
I always treated your daughter like she was my own. You understand that? And I know you don't like me. Hold on, let me finish.
Hey,
let me finish.
You did like this, Steve?
Let me finish.
How many people do this
I know
to
you
their
don't
own
like
kids?
me. Listen, I know you don't like me, but I have done nothing to you.
Well,
for you not to like me. It's because your baby mom has interest in me. That's why you don't like me. Yeah, open it up. Yeah, open it up.
Ali came here and took a lie detector test. We asked him, did you sexually molest Geneva's daughter? He answered no. The results of 3 lie detector tests, and the result is you did not tell the truth.
That's a lie! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Hey, Steve, wait a minute! Wait a minute, Steve!
Talk.
Hold on!
Talk.
Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna talk to Steve. Wait a minute, let me talk to Steve. Wait a minute, let me talk to Steve for 1 second.
Talk. It took 3 tests.
No, listen. As God is my witness. Listen. It was a situation. Listen, it was a situation where they asked me, have you ever slept with a female? And when I got in the room, wait! Now you what did I touch? Now you never touched.
We asked you, did you molest Geneva's daughter?
And I said,
and you failed 3 times.
I told you to keep on away from my daughter. I never touched Geneva. I never touched. What did I do? Never. Never. I never touched a 3-year-old girl.
We gave the test 3 times.
Wait a minute. Never. Yo, never in a billion years. Something is very wrong here. Yes, something is very wrong here. You're a pervert. That's what's wrong. No. You like to have sex with
Something
kids.
is very wrong here.
That's what's wrong.
Something is very wrong here.
Something, Steve, look at me in my eyes. Please look at me in my eyes.
I'm looking.
As a man.
I'm looking.
Something is very wrong here. You understand me?
Something is
very wrong here. I would never touch a little baby. She was right next to me. Have I ever?
I would like to believe that.
What the that test?
Let's bring out Dan.
Is not. What did I touched a little 3-year-old girl?
I'll explain it to you if you like.
Yeah, step out of the way.
Okay.
I touched him.
This,
you know what?
This is
This
of
is
all the people.
something ain't right
hold
here.
on.
No,
Hold
something
on.
ain't right here.
You want
No.
an explanation? You
No,
gotta be
no, no,
quiet.
no, no.
You gotta be quiet if you want an explanation.
It's not right
Of
here.
all the guys that we probably had on the show, the most convincing that failed. Okay, pretty convincing that I didn't do this. How could I?
No,
explain his
Something ain't right
test
here.
results.
Sure. So during the pre-test interview, some information came out, Steve, that was relevant to this issue that I won't discuss, okay?
I think he touched upon it before he came on stage.
Right, and even more than what he's touched upon. So I gave him 3 integrated zone comparison tests, as I do for all child molestation cases. I utilize the horizontal scoring system. He needs a plus 13 to pass. He was a minus 50, 5-0.
No. No.
You're going to jail, dog.
So
You're going
this
to
is
jail,
a
man.
Never.
That's
This is wrong.
this is a
This is wrong.
this is a case of extreme deception.
Extreme. I've never seen it
This is
before like
wrong.
this, Steve.
And you know what?
Thank you.
Them people, it's wrong. It's wrong. This is wrong. Listen. Steve. Let me just say something. Okay?
Have at
Because
it.
let me just say something.
Say it.
I don't know what is wrong, but in the name of this is a lie from the devil of hell right now. Because I'm a God-fearing man. Okay?
You a child molester. That's what you is.
Never.
You a child molester. That's what you is.
What the?
God fearing, man. You a child molester. You a child molester.
Hold up. No.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Wait a minute.
The fact that you brought up a disturbing story to Dan during the lie
Wait a
detector
minute.
test.
Can I say something?
No, I'm gonna
Hold
say
on, wait
something.
a minute.
Let me say it, Steve.
No.
The police, this is a case, and I tell everybody watching, don't wait to call the police. When you have doubt, call the police. You're gonna get your chance to say a lot, I'm sure, when you go back to Philadelphia and the police come knocking on your door. Get the hell off my stage. You love your daughter, right?
I love my daughter to death, man.
And I don't doubt that for 1 second, okay? Okay. Do you need to sit down? Sit down. Okay. From this moment on, you can either protect your daughter or be a moron, okay? That's really your 2 choices. You can let your feelings overtake you and do something stupid and go to jail. And then, yeah, you'll have satisfaction. You'll beat him up or do whatever you're going to do to him. But then who's going to stop the next guy from coming in and doing this to your daughter? Is it going to be you?
It's going to be me, man. Okay. It's going to be me.
Juan came here and he took a lie detector test, and we asked him, have you ever done anything sexual with Janine's daughter? He answered no, and the result for that lie detector test is that he did not tell the truth.
That's the second time. That's the
Absolutely.
second lie detector test. How was
My
it?
daughter, you
How was it?
rapist! You child molesting rapist! You've done nothing but continue to live in that home. Janine, I will get custody of my child, and I'll be do again. You ain't going home with her.
How?
You ain't going home with her.
I don't believe it.
The hell you're leaving here today with her.
How?
The hell you're leaving here with her. And you know what? And if I'm telling you right now, if you go home with that guy, I'm telling you I'm leaving here today with my daughter. And today, it stops.
Okay, hold on. Jared, hold on. Okay, so here we are where, okay, you didn't want to believe a lot of things, but as just a total outsider.
It's crazy, man.
Just as a total outsider, I believe somebody sexually assaulted your daughter, just because of the evidence of a doctor examining your daughter and writing down the injuries that she sustained. Now, I don't know whose idea it was to come on this show. But I want to finish, so don't start yelling.
Finish.
He comes on this show, you yourself take a lie detector test, and you tell the truth, and you pass. And we were able to get that result for you. Juan comes on, takes the test, and he fails for sexually assaulting your daughter. Now, I'm just curious from you, Janine,
What do you have to say about that?
Hard to believe.
Janine.
Now, hold on.
She loves him. She calls him Dad.
I would never do that, man. I don't
He's
understand
been there since the day he was outside the room when she was born.
Janine, you're talking about a 3-year-old little girl, okay? Children that are victims of sexual abuse when they're young have some kind of relationship with the person that's doing it to them. You have a man living in your house.
No, I'm living in his house.
You have a man living with your child in a house that's failed 2 lie detector tests about sexually abusing your daughter. So what is your plan of action going forward?
I have to go home and figure out what I'm gonna do. I have no home. I have no nothing. I have to go back to these.
You know what's terrifying here? You're gonna go home with Juan.
Yeah.
That's where my kids are and my freaking stuff.
And when you go home, you're not gonna do anything.
How do you know? You can.
How do I know?
Oh.
How do you know? You know why I know? Like I've said before, I've met you 1,000 times before. I know you. I know you better than you know yourself. And you know I'm right. You're gonna go home, probably go out to dinner or somewhere, and then you'll make
Now when I have no money, I ain't going out to dinner nowhere.
And you'll make love to Juan. And you'll pick Juan over the safety of your daughter.
It's not true. It's not true. She wouldn't pick me over the safety of her daughter, Steve.
You know what,
It's not
Juan?
true.
You know, yeah, you're a drug dealer, you're this, you're that.
No, I'm not a drug dealer, Steve.
A former drug dealer, guy gets out of jail, guy who has no moral compass at all, and a guy that will sexually abuse a little girl. You're get the off my stage. You know what? Hold on. And as far as I know, he might be a piece of crap, right? But I don't care. What'd you think you came on the show for? Did you come on for the truth?
Yeah.
You got it.
Wonderful.
Now what do you do with it? Nothing.
I have to move on.
Move on with what? Where you going? What are you doing? I know what my plan would be. I would turn to the person that was sexually molesting my child and say, you're screwed. I'm gonna have you locked up. I'm never gonna see you again. See, but the tip-off was way before that. When she passed her test, it was like, she wasn't worried about her. She knew what was coming with Juan.
I'm not a liar.
No, you might not be a liar about yourself, but you're even worse. You don't protect your own child. You don't want to believe the police. You don't want to believe nobody. You want to believe Juan. Well, you want to believe Juan, you go right ahead. Go be with Juan. Go do whatever you do. Go lead your miserable life and get the hell off my stage. We do the show, we try to give good advice, we try to solve problems, but I can't make her into a good mother. I can't do it. That's a lifetime of building up to be a bad mother. So you have to be smart yourself now. I'm sure you made mistakes. I'm not saying you're an angel up here, but I think you have the best interest of the child at heart. It's your daughter.
Thank you,
so you
Steve.
need to go home, you need to go through the legal system, you need to get the police on his ass, you need to get the investigation open, and you need to fight and get custody of that child.
Thank you, Steve. Good luck.
Your daughter has made numerous claims that you have done her wrong.
Not true.
You have been sexual with her.
No.
You came on this show and you failed the lie detector test 3 times.
Not true.
What do you believe?
The test says he did it. I want to believe him, but the test says he did it.
This is not about trying to rip a family apart. But if there's a child that's being abused, it should come to light, right? thank God, I've never been a victim of sexual abuse, but I encounter a lot of people that come on my show, people in my audience, and they talk about it, and it never escapes them. And what you have done, the harm that you've caused, and how hard it must be for your daughter to come here and say these things.
It's not true.
You are one of those people that pick on the weak, that can't defend themselves. Instead of stopping after you were exposed a couple times, you kept going at it and at it. And you tried to make her look like a liar.
I still have a question.
I'll answer your question.
I would have Julie take a lie detector test.
We can't. We can't test your daughter because she has learning disabilities. But you don't, and you took it 3 times, and you failed.
There has to be something wrong. Why can't you test her?
I'm sorry, you had something?
Why can't you test her?
Because she has learning disabilities.
Okay, but there has to be something wrong. My dad's never once touched any of my 2 sisters nor myself.
Well, maybe because he can't prey upon you.
Why not? I have learning disabilities. Maybe the lie detector test is wrong.
Is your mom's wrong?
No.
She told the truth. You like that result, right?
My dad refuses to even be in the same room alone with her.
Now.
Even before I grew up with them.
So would you be willing to go back home and roll the dice and let him be around your sister?
I don't think my dad did it.
And
I have lived with this man for 18 years.
You came out here and said, if you fail, I don't want him around
I
me
don't want him around
or
my
your
son.
kid. So does that still hold true?
I want to get him retested.
He got tested 3 times here, and Dan is probably the foremost expert on giving a lie detector test. And he failed all 3 times. I want to know, what do you want to say to him?
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
What you should do is you should go home and call the police. All right? He's taking advantage of somebody that's weak. And if you don't do something, he will do it again. And with that, you can get the hell off my stage.
You don't falsely accuse someone of rape. You don't ruin somebody's life. You don't. You don't. And I agree, something should have been done a lot sooner. I wish he'd be in jail. I wish.
Well, let's meet him. Here's Cody.
What?
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 I didn't rape you.
Shut up, Cody.
You shut up.
No, you had your chance to talk. For almost 3 years, I've been called everything. I haven't had my say. I haven't had a voice, and damn it, I'm gonna speak now, and you're gonna listen to me. You're gonna listen to me. You posted it, Cody, and you know you did. No, you did. You posted it. I've gone through hell and back because of you.
I didn't rape you.
And you know damn well we were broken up when that happened.
No, we weren't.
Yes, we were.
No, we weren't.
Yes, we were.
So
yes, we
really
were.
2 different sides of the story. But you're not denying that you had sex with her, right? And she says that there's an open investigation, but what do you say about this incident?
That I never raped her. Not at all.
Tell me what happened.
All right, we're at a party. We're going out. We're drinking. She's like, let's go in the closet. Let's have sex. So I'm like, all right.
So you're saying, you're not denying that you had sex with her that night, but you're saying it was consensual?
Yes.
Did you put anything in her drink?
No, sir.
Did she seem impaired?
No.
You said she had a couple drinks, but...
She wasn't like drunk. She was like buzzed.
Right.
She knew what she was doing.
She knew what she was doing. Now, who's shooting a video of you having sex in the closet?
He did.
She's all, do you want to record it? I'm like,
that.
Liar.
I'm not
You're
lying.
a liar.
I ain't lying.
You're a liar.
So you,
I ain't lying.
You're a liar.
You recorded it.
Yes.
Yourself.
Yes.
Okay. And she gave you permission.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
No,
so
I
let
didn't.
me ask you, how does it then end up on the internet the very next day?
My phone got hacked.
By who?
By one of her enemies. Like, it was my friend.
Well, how would they even
I
know
want
it's
to
on
throw
your
it out
phone?
there. They weren't at that party.
Okay. How would her enemies know that you have a sex act with her on the phone?
Because we were talking about it.
See, that's the one part, like, you know, I'm trying to walk the fence here because she seems very impassioned, but then I'm leery because the police having you locked up, so I don't know who's telling the truth here. But when I hear the hack part of it, like, I'm guessing you're not hanging out with geniuses, right? Right?
Yeah.
Am I correct in that statement?
Yes.
Like, the purpose of being here today is what?
To prove I didn't rape her.
Right. Now, you understand that if you fail, this might prompt this detective to lock you up. You understand that, right? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And you feel comfortable that you're going to pass this lie detector test?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Taylor took a lie detector test. We asked her, that night at the party, do you remember consenting to sexual activity with Cody? She answered no. Do you remember consenting to sexual activity with Cody the night at the party? She answered no. Results came back the same to each question. We gave her the test 3 times, and the results came back the same each and every time that Taylor told the truth.
I told you! You burn in hell! I told the truth! I told the truth! I told the truth! I've told the truth since the beginning! I passed Cody! You are a rapist!
No, I'm not.
You're gonna be someone's pretty little bitch in prison.
So we gave you the polygraph 4 times, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cody came here, he took a lie detector test, and we broke it down to 2 parts. The first part is rape and drugging, and the second part, videotaping. First part, we asked you, that night at the party, did Taylor consent to sexual intercourse? He said yes. That night at the party, did you put any type of drug in Taylor's drink? He answered no. The results came back the same to those 2 questions, and it came back that Cody told the truth.
Then who did? Because you know who did.
I don't know.
Then you know who did. That's your people?
At the night, he's saying you gave him consent, which you might have been, like you said, you were drugged. So even though you don't remember and you passed the test, he's saying you consented, probably in an intoxicated state. So that's how he's passing. And then he's passing that he himself did not put anything in your drink.
He knows who did, though.
Okay.
I bet you anything.
Now, we asked him about the videotape. That night at the party, did Taylor give permission to videotape your sexual activity with her? He answered yes. He told the truth. Did you ever post that sex tape with Taylor on any social media site? He answered no, and he did not tell the truth, which
We all knew that.
we all, I mean, even I didn't believe your story about, you know, these friends, enemies of hers posted that. You did that. Now, is that the worst thing in the world? No. Is it a dirtbag move? Yeah. So you admit that you did post it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you didn't.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up.
No.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut me up.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Shut me up.
So I have to ask you, Cody, does the video still exist?
No.
You didn't put it in a secret file so your girlfriend didn't find it?
No.
Because, you know, this is, again, this story scares me because I got a teenage daughter, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure she's going to go to a party. And I do believe somebody put something in your drink or whatever. I do believe that happened. I don't believe that Cody raped you in his mind. Like, I think that you had some kind of relationship. There was sex.
Yeah, like I don't deny dating him, but at the time I wasn't.
But what I'm saying is, why be mean to her? Why post it? What is the point of embarrassing her?
No.
You're everything I don't want my son to be.
You posted it though. What do you get out of that?
Nothing.
Nothing. And then to continually to do it, to keep embarrassing her, it's just malicious, right? And you left her naked in the closet, right?
No.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Because I wouldn't have been there by myself, naked by myself.
You got dressed right after.
Cody, when I woke up, yeah, I did. I did dress myself later on. I did. I did dress myself. I'm not saying somebody else dressed me.
Okay, you both came here for answers, and you got them. And it's not exactly what you thought. And even though you're telling the truth on a lot of things, I don't want to beat you up because you didn't rape. You didn't rape her. You didn't put the drug in her. Do I think maybe you know something? Probably. I'm guessing that much. But you continue to want to hurt her. And I don't understand. Because she slept with you? That's why you want to hurt her? Because she slept with you. Because most men want women to sleep with them.
Tell me why you did it then. Tell me why. At least give me
She
closure.
deserve that.
Give me closure.
Give her
Tell
closure.
me why. Tell me why. Give me closure.
No closure.
Burn in hell, Cody.
Meet you there.
Someday you are going to be my age. And you have to look back at your life and say, I'm not real proud of what I did, right? That's what you're going to be at someday. And someday you might have a daughter someday. And think about when you send her out in the world. Would you want anybody to treat her like you treated her?
Of course not.
Of course not. So hold yourself to a higher standard. Get off my stage. I'm really sorry what happened to you. And
You don't have to be sorry.
You're living in a different world than one that most of us didn't have to deal with. When I was your age, I didn't have to worry about anybody videotaping me acting like okay? I didn't have to worry about somebody posting intimate moment of myself on the internet where, unfortunately, it lives forever. I didn't have to deal with those things. And I'm a man. I don't have to deal with things that women have to be on the lookout for all the time. You know, somebody putting a drug in their drink, taking advantage of them. So, unfortunately, but this is a story, and you got the answers, and I hope that you got some closure.
Thank you.
But I hope every young girl out here watching the show says, hey,
Like he made me scared to have a daughter.
well, I have a daughter, and what we all want to do as parents is to make them smart enough not to put them in positions like you were in. Don't put yourself in that position. Good luck to you. Thanks for coming on the show. I made the statement, if Jerry was not a child molester, he'd be the best dad in the world.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
You gotta keep in mind that he and I were in a relationship before this came about.
Sure.
He had been picking the children up even after the relationship for whenever it was convenient. So
when you saw him
living
interacting
together,
with your children,
say it again.
When you saw him interacting with your children, how would you describe it?
He was attentive. He was caring. So yeah, having lived with this dude and seeing him picking him up whenever during that time when we weren't together, he was a good dad.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna take that from him.
You tased him?
You right now, do it again. You want to hand me one?
No, I don't want to hand you one. Why did you tase him?
When I went to pick up my children on this particular night, I put my children in the car. He and 5 other family members came storming out the house, coming at me sideways. Already sent me a taser to protect myself because of DV. So when he got in my face and his family was getting in my face, I automatically defended myself.
And when you tased him, what happened? What did he do?
He ran off, he grabbed a brick, and he came running back up the alley with the brick.
Oh, God. The judge told you that he saw you as a mother keeping her son from his dad.
Again, because Jerry never went to jail for what he did.
But if there's no evidence that Jerry did this...
Since he did not go to jail, that does not mean that it did not happen.
But it doesn't mean it happened either.
But it doesn't mean it didn't.
How do you feel
and
that
I'm
all
always
these...
believe my child over anyone else.
Of course. But how about the fact that, you know, and listen, I'm going to take your word for it, but it's all these agencies that are, you know, to protect children, and nobody's really...
And all these agencies failed to protect my children.
Do they ask for their dad?
Barely.
But they do?
Barely.
And when they ask for their dad, what do you say?
He says, can I call? He does not say, can I go see him? He says, can I call
Okay, so when
him?
he says, can I call, what do you say to him?
I let him call. And he doesn't even ask to call his dad. He asks to call his grandma.
Let's meet Jerry.
Man, why you up here lying like that?
What
you know
reason would I
kids,
possibly
man.
have to... Ooh, please walk
you
up.
Lying. I'm not
Please
gonna walk up to you, man.
Please walk up.
I ain't on that. You lying. Why you lying, bitch?
No reason to lie, one. Two, it ain't been for it to happen. When this happened, get your math right.
19, it's been a long time.
Okay, who cares about
It's been a long time.
Let's you know, we don't care about math or anything like that. We're here to find out whether you molested your children. Now, you're accused of this. Why do you believe, because I'll ask you, did you sexually molest your children?
No.
Okay. Why do you think you're being accused?
A custody battle. She wanted full custody to make me look bad.
I have sole custody. I don't need to make you look bad already.
If you trying to make allegations, make me look bad.
The judge granted me sole custody.
My son loved me, I love him.
That's not a custody battle issue.
Stop talking over
when
me.
my child, I'm gonna continue talking over your stupid self. When my child tells me that they were molested by you, little boy, I'm gonna pretend.
Did the police ever talk to you?
No.
So no, you never been arrested?
No.
Never been told you can't see your kids?
Never.
Okay. Very violent between the two of you, though, right? Right? It's got violent. Well,
Because of this.
Because
of this, the restraining order was in place before these allegations ever even came about.
You dropped that first
Again,
one. You
try
dropped that
again.
first one.
Do you think that she's manufacturing this, that she's coaching your children to say this?
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
have
you took a
absolutely
test,
no reason to coach
whether you
them.
did this and you took a test whether she's fabricating, and you feel confident you're going to pass your test?
Very confident.
So, what, I mean, your purpose is, you've proven today that you didn't do this, but are you like using this to some sort to maybe see your son more?
Yes.
Okay.
Been asking you to take this daggone test.
No, it's 2019 and he's here. And we asked him, did you ever touch Tamika's daughter for your own sexual gratification or pleasure? He answered no. Did you ever touch your son for your own sexual gratification or pleasure? He answered no. The results came back the same to each question, and it came back that Jerry told the truth.
Come on, man.
Good.
You ain't gonna say so? You ain't gonna say nothing? You ain't gonna say nothing?
Didn't I tell you before? When I was
man.
begging you to take the daggone test, can you please take the test?
They still
every
let me
single
see
year?
my
Nah,
son.
Shut up,
They
I'm
let me
talking.
see. Man.
I asked you, can you please take this test? Because if you pass this test, you can see him whenever you want to.
Why would I
But when
take
my
the test?
child tells me something
When the
happens,
judge told me
I will
don't-
defend my
He
child
let me
at
see
all
my son.
costs. My child said you did it, so I kept him away from you. Now you can see him when you want to.
We gonna see. We gonna see.
Any chance you want to try to make this work so you get back together? Or?
No, hell no. Hell no. I got a whole girlfriend at home.
Oh, Lord, Lord. Tamika came here, and she took a lie detector test. And we asked her, did your daughter tell you he touched my pee-pee, referring to Jerry? She said yes. Did your son tell you my pee-pee he bites, referring to Jerry? She answered yes. The results for Tamika's lie detector test, the results came back the same to each question, and it came back that Tamika did not tell the truth.
Watch out, watch out, move, man. Watch out, watch out.
Impossible. That is impossible because I never made that up and I never would, never have, never will. I never made that up. Not once. I never made that up. I never would make something up like that.
So we gave Tamika the test twice, and extreme exception indicated. Not just lying. This was extreme lying.
Wow.
You know, the saddest, hold on, please. So the saddest part about this, the saddest part about this story is that, one, to be accused of being a child molester.
I could have been killed.
Yes.
Anything could have happened.
Plus, even when you clear your name, sometimes you stick with that stigma like, oh yeah, man, that dude was accused of touching his own kids. Then the other thing is, you put your kids through this.
I did not put my children through anything.
Yeah,
my children told me, and my children told several other people that this is what happened.
Woman.
I'm not a vindictive woman.
I think you
if that was
used
the
him.
case, I wouldn't have told him that if he passed the test, he could see them when he wants to. And I'm gonna still stick to my word.
I think you just were just trying to bust this guy's balls, and you would have put him through the ringer, and you would have put this guy in jail for nothing. I mean,
my children told me that this is what happened.
Don't we send enough innocent black men to jail already? And you want to send one more. The father
I
to
don't
your
want to send
son.
an innocent man to jail. This is what my children
You wanted
told
to
me.
because you were calling the police, you were calling CPS, you were calling sensitive crimes.
What mother wouldn't when your child comes
One
to you
that's
and tells you
delusional,
this?
lying,
I don't give a frick
making
what y'all
stuff
got
up.
to say because y'all wasn't there when my children was telling
Well,
me this. I don't give a frick what you got to say either.
But I get what I have to say, and what I have to say is, get my stage. When you talked about your son on the tape, you came across as very credible. It's a shame that it gets to this level because it isn't funny when you're accused of crimes, right?
It's not.
And where, you know, if she got the police or, you know, something and they look at you and they would have locked you up and, hey, people go to jail with a lot less evidence than this. Okay, so I just think that it's a shame that she would do this, the father of her own child. But I'm glad that you were able to come here and clear your name. And I hope that she'll hold up her end of the bargain, which she stated on stage, that if you pass this test, that you will get to see your son more. And I hope you get to do that. Thanks for coming on the show. Good luck to you.
My name's Elena. I am a producer, and I've been with the show for 6.5 years. One of my favorite Steve moments here at the show was from a show I produced a couple years ago called Do You Need a Medic or Are You Just Guilty? James came to the show because he wanted to take a lie detector test. He was being accused of molesting his daughter. Right before the results were going to be read, all of a sudden he's like, I'm going to pass out, I'm going to pass out.
Yo, can I get some water? He's going to pass out. Can I get some water or something?
Are you going to pass out? Do you need to go backstage and sit down for a second?
That's what I'm telling him. Drink some water.
Give him some water. Give him some nice water there.
I thought he was allowed to sit down. Drink the water, James.
Get behind him just in case he passes out. I mean,
yeah, because I can't catch him. I'm sorry.
In fact, Mike, why don't you each hold one of his arms? Because I got a funny feeling that's what's in his future anyways. If you're going to feel like you're going to pass out, let them know. We'll take you backstage. You can sit down. Any medical conditions or medication that you need at this time?
No.
See, because I'll give it to you, unlike what you'll do for your daughter.
Asthma pump.
Do you have an asthma pump?
No, I forgot to bring it.
Needs an asthma pump. We have a paramedic backstage. Would you like to see her?
Yep.
Take him back. Come here. Yeah, you managed to climb those stairs pretty good.
Steve totally just saw right through James. I think at that point, the show had run its course long enough for Steve to know that James was full of crap.
Even though he might have a little trouble breathing, which I don't believe, but we're giving him medical attention. Is that water good? Nice and cold?
Not really.
Not really? I could get you cooler water if you need it.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want a snack?
No.
Are you ready to go out and prove to the world that you didn't molest your daughter?
Yep. Yeah.
Let's go. You and Mike stand next to him just so he doesn't fall out or... I said stand next to him. In fact, let's make a clearing path. Because if he passes this, I might pass out. Let's hope what I said, James. I sincerely hope you pass this thing. I would hate to believe that a father could commit such a horrible act against his own child. You came here to take a lie detector test, and everything you've done up to this point makes you look guilty. But that might just be your personality. You got screwed up things in your personality. You don't like giving money to your kid. Is there anything you'd like to say before I read this?
No.
No. Anything you'd like to admit to?
No.
Anything you want to share with us?
No.
Anything you want to say to your ex?
No.
Anything you want to say to your sister?
No.
Let's read your result. James came here, and he took a lie detector test. And we asked him, did you ever sexually molest your daughter? And he answered no. And the result for his lie detector test is that he did not tell the truth. Everything that you've exhibited since you've been on the stage is the actions of a guilty man. You can rot the rest of your days in jail. Get the hell out of here.
Steve being a cop for so many years in Chicago, like, he is able to just, after, you know, questioning our guests and kind of questioning James, I think he made his mind up, and he was able to use those skills as being a cop to kind of, you know, say, I see right through you, guy. Nice try, but I know you're probably not about to pass out. I think you're just guilty.
There's no way he's cheating. Tyler took a lie detector test. While in a relationship with Aaron, have you had sexual physical contact with any other females? He answered no. While in a relationship with Aaron, have you had sexual intercourse with any other females? And he answered no. And the results for his lie detector test came back the same for each, and they came back that Tyler did not tell the truth.
There's no way, Aaron. You hear me? There's no way, Aaron. There's no way. Do you hear me? There's no way, Aaron. There's no way. You have to believe me, Aaron.
First of all, don't grab her like that, because that's controlling, and I don't like it.
Why not say that you like it? How is that even right, man? I'm serious.
Because
I've never cheated on a woman in my whole entire life.
What does it do to me? Come on. If he
Because
wants
you're
his
running
ass
this,
handed
man.
to him, he'll give
Yeah,
it
bring
to
it.
him.
Go ahead.
I'm not bringing
This
it.
is ridiculous, man. I don't even want to be here, bro. I'm dead serious.
I know you don't
I don't
want
want
to. Oh, yeah! Yeah! Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that guy. Yeah. Four cuts? Oh, four cuts. Let's see the performance. No, listen, he's giving a performance of a lifetime back there. He's busting up furniture. He's ripping his clothes off. And this guy who's been badgering you about your past and thinking you're flirting. Listen, I can hear him screaming all the way from backstage. But this guy, he took the test not once, not twice, not 3 times. He took the test 4 times. And guess how many times he failed? All 4 times.
Do you believe it honestly? Aaron, do you believe it honestly? Honestly, do you believe that? We're together every day, just like you told me last night. We're together every single day. I go to work, I come home as fast as I can. As fast as I can, just to get to you.
Man, what a performance. That was awesome. Whoa.
Please don't believe any of this. Don't believe any of it. I'm serious, man.
Hey, your results right? Answer me that. Your results right?
Remember with
truth?
I did try to get.
Did we fool around with your results? Did you tell the truth? So do you believe your results?
I know he's doing
do you believe his?
Do you? You can't, man. You can't. Look at all this. Look at all this right now.
Yeah, look at all of this.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, look at me. I've only been with the same woman for 18 years.
You're right. Whoever said she don't need me, she don't. You're right. But hey, listen. What are y'all here for, man? Hey, Aaron.
I would forgive you.
Doesn't matter.
Is
I would tell
everybody
you know I would,
done
Aaron.
with the
Shake your head.
actor here?
I would tell you, son. I crossed my heart.
No. Hey,
I'm serious, man.
Happy
This is
to
ridiculous.
clown. You can get off my stage. I can touch her just like you can. Come on. We do this thing here at the Steve Wilkos Show where we do pick a door. And if you watched for 7 years, you know what pick a door is. Get that crybaby out of my studio. Everybody in their life comes to a fork in the road. And it's a decision that you make which way you want your life to go. And I want you to make an honest decision here. I don't want you to, you're not playing for the audience, you're not playing for me, you're not playing for everybody at home. You gotta do, we wanna know what you're gonna do with your life.
I don't want to make it work.
Okay.
Steve.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. When you settle, instead of fighting for what you want and what you deserve, when you settle, you'll never have the best. And listen, if he cheated on you, you know, you can forgive that. I say you could forgive that. But all the other stuff, I don't forgive. The controlling of you, the way he grabs you, and if he's acting like here in front of everybody, I wonder what he's doing at home. Don't fool yourself. That's a guy that loses control. So you close out the show. You go out that way, you're telling us you're going to be by yourself. You go out that door, you're going to be with Tyler. It's your choice. It's your life. I'm not going to judge you.
Okay, Steve, I'm going out this door.
Well, how did you find out about the allegation that you were molested?
How did I find out about
I mean,
it?
do you have memories about it? Or?
I only have the one memory. I mean, I've had stories with me about saying what I did and everything like that, assumptions that something had happened to me.
You were acting out in a manner where people believe you were molested.
Yes.
But you don't have any memories of
I just
anything?
have the one memory that comes to mind every single time, and there's no one that can put that thought into my head except for myself.
What memory? I mean,
When I was 4 years old and I'm laying in bed.
Oh, okay.
There's no one that can put that into my mind when I know exactly the whole
And that
way.
memory involves with your father?
Yes.
Okay. So you believe that this did occur to you?
I do. I've thought about it over the years, and I didn't really want to, but people kept
talking to me and asking me questions. I mean, I haven't seen my family in a couple of years, and the first questions I get out of them are, why are you lying? Or what is it that happened? Like, you can tell me the truth. It's okay. It's safe with me. I'm on your side. But no one has ever made me feel like they were actually on my side.
Your mother's here, Rosalind. Let's meet Rosalind.
Skylar, I just want you to know, I believe you. And I always have been there for you on that part. That's why I was the one that called CPS. When you were little, you were molested, yes. My son wasn't the father that he should have been to you kids. You called me, you asked for help, I came, okay?
Thank you for that.
And you are the one that originally got CPS involved because you saw the drugs in the house and everything else.
Yes.
And you called, and they eventually did take the children away.
Yes, they did.
Do you believe any of the allegations that your son sexually molested his daughter?
I was shocked by it.
Do you believe it?
It's hard for me to believe it. I have to believe her because I want to protect her on that part. And I want to believe him because I love him too.
I didn't know how to go about this without trying to, yes, clear my name from such hard and such foul allegations against me.
So the only thing you're here for is to clear
No,
your name.
I want to have a relationship with them. I want to sit there and be the father that I was supposed to be.
But you've never tried before.
I did try. I got denied.
And then you fall back under the drugs. That doesn't allow me to want to have a relationship with you at all.
I understand that.
How about, hey, I'm sorry I didn't raise you guys.
I'm sorry I didn't raise you guys.
There's no point in saying that now.
I'm
Why
totally-
say it now when you had the opportunity
I've tried to.
11 years ago
I've tried to.
take a lying detector test?
I did. I took a polygraph test, 2010.
They said that you didn't.
No, I took a polygraph test, 2010. I did it for the San Bernardino Police Department, and I passed with flying colors. Why do you think I'm not doing 10 years in prison?
Why are you still doing drugs?
Because, weak.
You picked drugs over your kids.
Like I said, I was weak. I wasn't trying to.
Oh, weak. Weak is, yeah, okay. You were weak. But at what point did life didn't kick you in the ass and say, hey, you don't have your kids anymore? All right, Tommy came here because he's lived with these terrible accusations against him for many years. And he's here to clear his name because he doesn't want people saying these bad things about him anymore. So he came here and took a lie detector test. And we asked him, did you ever have any sexual physical contact with any of your children? He answered no. Did you ever have any sexual physical contact with Skylar? He answered no. Did you ever have your son Thomas watch you have sexual activity with Skylar? He answered no. It came back that Tommy did not tell the truth.
I had no.
So much for the flying colors the first
Well,
time.
it was, no.
Well, we took that test.
I never
He can say whatever he wants, but he did come here and take this
I did
test.
not hurt my
And this is
children
the best
whatsoever.
lie detector test you're going to get.
you weren't under the influence or anything?
Now you can know what I the last 12 years of my life.
No.
And all the things that I went through and the lies.
At the bottom of the page, we gave him this polygraph test 3 times, and extreme deception indicated in every exam we gave him. So he's lying off the charts here. So not only were you a drug addict, you physically, and then when we say children, I don't know how many other children you abused, but we certainly know Skylar's one of them. And you made this poor kid watch.
Such a lie. This is definitely a lie. This is definitely a lie. I know this for a fact. This is a lie.
How do you know anything for a fact?
I know for a fact because this is
Because
definitely
what? How do you know?
No, this is not
maybe
even
you were
close
high
to
at the
even
time.
being.
Maybe
No.
you were so high out of your mind.
No.
Right?
No.
Couldn't control
No, I
yourself.
cannot. No.
You're weak.
I would
Remember?
Not weak like that. I cannot sit there and like this to hurt my kids. There's no way.
You hurting him is an indisputable fact.
I would never do that. Never. I wish there was another test to do it and everything. There's no.
We gave it to you 3 times.
I know you did. And
in our lives.
So how am I go? So how? Why? I want to know, why didn't I go to prison?
I don't know.
Why didn't they take me to prison? I went there and I took the polygraph test.
Maybe there wasn't enough evidence. Maybe
enough evidence. There was.
Maybe there wasn't enough evidence.
I didn't do this. No.
Anything you would like to say to Tommy?
You know, I thought about what I was going to say and everything, and I knew I didn't want a relationship with you from the beginning. Okay, but you need to understand everything that I went through for the last 12 years of my life. The not being able to have a relationship with people, trusting people, all of these things that come to my mind whenever I think of you, and they're all true.
This is not exactly.
Oh, let's bring out Dan. And he's saying he's denying it didn't happen.
Well, I'm going to show him his charts, and this way everybody can see what happened. So let's go over to the graph here. Steve, we were talking about extreme deception. Here's one of the questions where I ask him about having sexual activity with his daughter. As you can see, the reaction nearly goes off the chart. The subject needs a +6 to pass this test. He's a -21. Thank you, Steve.
No.
I don't know.
I totally embarrassed myself, but I'm definitely going to reach out
You've
again.
embarrassed yourself your whole life.
I'm embarrassed them and everything, but I totally, this is not
your whole life. Now, I don't know about the laws, but you might want to go back, and if it's something you choose to pursue legally, maybe they could reopen a case against him for molesting you, or I'm sure there's other victims there, unfortunately, other than you. But I am curious, Mom, what do you want to say to your son?
I can't believe what you did, and, you know...
You're going to walk away from your mom?
I don't want to walk away. No, I'm trying to stay cool.
You'll have the rest of your life to be away from them.
If I was really guilty back then, why didn't they take me?
Crimes against children slip through the cracks all the time because kids don't want to say anything. There's no physical evidence.
Do you remember me making you watch me?
You really want to do that?
No, I'm asking, do you remember me doing anything like that?
Who wants to remember that?
Most of my childhood remember that?
Yeah,
Nobody wants to remember that, but if it's what I
But you remember it.
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Yeah, look, you remember it.
No, that's totally wrong.
Oh,
that's
okay.
totally wrong.
If nobody has anything else to say, I'm going to kick this off my stage. Get off my stage! I know, I'm sure all of you will pull together, especially after something like this, and it seems like you have a relationship already. I would just advise you to talk to somebody in the future when you leave the stage. Maybe speak professionally with somebody, because I'm sure a lot of this, you're gonna need help and somebody to talk to. It's a sad story to end, but you have each other. I wish you all the best. And if there's anything we can do, please let us know.
My daughter Bridget came up to me and told me she was molested by my husband when she was 6 years old. And I found out like 2 years ago that he had molested another family member. In the 28 years that John and I have been together, I have since learned that he's molested other family members on his side, as well as my side. And I've also caught him a few times looking at child porn. And I recently just found out Bridget has told me that he has taped her while he molested her. When the allegations came up, John was cleared of all charges, so we stayed together. I know when everybody hears the story from me, they're going to wonder why I'm still with him. I stayed with him because I was stupid, blind, I couldn't see the monster that was really living inside of him.
First time I told her, I was in 6th grade. She always was like, why don't you want to be at home? You always want to be with your friends. You don't want to be around me. I didn't want to be home because he was there.
Right.
I tell her, and it's like she lies to my face whenever I know what I told her and when I told her. Well, you never told me.
She is a liar. I've never molested her. I've never touched her. I've never done anything that she's telling these people I've done.
Have you ever watched child pornography?
One time.
Have you ever been brought in for questioning for child molestation?
Yeah, I've been brought up 20 years ago questioning.
By who? But how many times were you brought in over the
time.
course of your life? Just one time?
One time.
You're
a liar.
You had a
You're
video
a
camera at the end of the
liar.
bed. Why are you still with him?
I can't get away, Bridget. I have nowhere to go.
I've offered you a place to go. I cannot have this relationship. If you are with a monster, why did you tell me when I was at the police station? Why did you grab my face and say, if you say this happened, you will never see me again?
I don't even need to put you on a lie detector test because the fact that you now know that he molested her, you believe it, he confessed a lot of things. Why wouldn't it make you think that she never told you all these years? You've turned a blind eye and you covered it up yourself. I mean, you're bad. I mean, is he worse? Yeah, I think he's worse. But he couldn't get to be where he's at without the help of you.
Oh, I never know.
He asked her, did you see John rape another family member when she was a child?
Yes.
Can you imagine that? She answered yes. Is it true that John molested you when you were a child?
Yes.
No.
She answered yes. Is it true that John videotaped sex acts between you and him?
No.
And she answered yes. She told the truth.
That's a damn lie.
It's not.
That's a damn lie.
Come here. I love you so.
30 years too late. Hey! You want to? You took a lie detector test. You get out here and you hear the results too. Did you touch Bridget for sexual gratification when she was a child?
No.
He answered no. Did you videotape sexual acts with Bridget?
No.
He answered no. John did not tell the truth.
That's a damn lie. Don't you touch me.
Where are you going?
I'm done with her and them.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah, I'm done
Hold
with
on.
them.
Well, just before you leave, I want you to look at the audience and into the camera. Because today you're finally exposed. Nobody's going to protect you anymore. Nobody's going to cover up for you anymore. And when you go home, whatever rock that you hide under, I want everybody in this country to see you and keep their kids away from you. And I hope you rot now.
4 months ago, my wife and I, we moved in with her mother and her stepfather.
My daughter and her husband and my grandbabies needed a place to stay, so I let them come to my house.
Danielle and I have 2 small children.
I love my grandbabies being around.
My kids, they got to be around their grandma and their grandpa, and they loved it. This guy, Philip, he was very nice, very caring. He cared about our kids a lot, and he cared about us. Philip is the one that gives us rides and back and forth to work.
He'd been giving her rides 7 days a week.
2 weeks ago, my wife came home from work, and I was cooking dinner. So when she walked in the door, I asked her, hey, how she was doing and how her day was. The way I knew there was something wrong is because she had her hands over her face and she was starting to cry. So I asked her what was wrong. She told me that her stepfather, he was masturbating in the car with her right there in the passenger seat. She told him to stop, but he wouldn't. So she got a blanket and put it over her head all the way on the ride home, which is an hour. When she told me this, I could not believe it. She also told me that for the last 2 months, he's been trying to touch her in her private areas. I was very furious and upset with him. I told her that she needed to let her mother know.
And then my daughter came to me and said my husband was inappropriate with her. I asked him, he said she's lying, she says he's lying. What am I supposed to believe?
I want to believe my daughter, but I want to believe my husband too. I'm torn.
We were very shocked that Tina completely took her husband's side and did not believe her daughter not one bit.
Danielle has a history of lying. She has a history of accusing men of sexual assault.
So on top of this, we are all now finding out that he is a sex offender.
My husband is a registered sex offender. He got accused of exposing himself to minor children. This was many years ago, and I don't believe he did it.
Well, my kids living with Philip, knowing that he's a sex offender, it made us very upset.
I believe he's innocent of that too.
I will not allow my kids to go anywhere near him.
My daughter moved out. I don't get to see my grandkids anymore, and I don't know what to do. I need answers.
Did you know he was a sex offender before you married him? Yeah. But he explained that he didn't really do it, right?
And I gave him the benefit.
You gave him the benefit of the doubt. But why wouldn't you tell your daughter, who's moving in with your grandchildren, that they're moving into a house with this registered sex offender? I mean, I understand you're giving the benefit of the doubt, but doesn't she have a right to know whether to make her own mind, whether she wants to give him the benefit of the doubt, because these are her children?
I'm just overwhelmed, shocked, and scared to death.
Yeah, because God, are you still on probation?
No, sir.
Oh, so you're off?
Yes.
Right, so you're not even on parole or anything?
Just got arrested every year.
You got arrested every year. And I gotta imagine if you get convicted again, that'd be really bad.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah. Why do you think she's making these accusations against you?
I really can't answer that.
She's just doing it to do it? She just doesn't like you? She wants to harm you?
I just said that I was done with taking them back and forth to work.
So she's mad that you won't drive her anymore. So she goes, by the way, he touched my breast and he pulled out his penis and started masturbating.
And then I kept getting the stories and more stories and more stories.
And she's totally lying about all this.
And then I've gotten stories from...
So she's totally lying about this? There's no, I thought you knew. I think I told you. No. When you're married to a registered sex offender, you tell your kids, I'm married to a registered sex offender. When you move in this house, a registered sex offender is going to be there. Not, I thought you knew. That's you know it. And the fact that you know, like, listen, I don't even know this story, right? But I'm a little versed in law because I was a policeman. And when he got out, they said, you can't be around children. He's a registered sex offender. You allow him to break the law with your own grandkids. And I don't know. I'm not saying that I know this for sure, but I think the fact that you knew and you're allowing him to do it, that you might be breaking some law yourself. Your daughter, Danielle, came here to take a lie detector test because she came to you and said, hey, this guy's groping me, exposing himself, and we asked her, did Philip touch your breasts? She answered, yes. Did Philip expose himself to you in his truck? She answered, yes. The results came back the same to each question, and they came back that Danielle told the truth. So Philip came here, he took a lie detector test, and we asked him, did you intentionally expose your private area to any underage person? He answered no. Regarding that crime you were convicted of, did you do it? He said no. Did you attempt to sexually touch Danielle? He answered no. Did you expose yourself to Danielle when you drove her in your truck? He answered no. The results came back the same to each question, And they came back that Philip did not tell the truth. She comes here and she totally passes her lie detector test. The fact that you totally fail yours, I don't know you. This is not for TV. This is your results. This is you failing a lie detector test because you're not telling the truth. Why would you blow your whole life up again? I would express so much remorse to that young lady back there and say, you know what? I'm so sorry for what I did. I'm wrong, and I don't want to ever do it again.
Honestly?
Yeah.
If that's what it takes, is that what it takes?
Yeah, when you're wrong, you have to admit that you're wrong. Did you do it?
Not intentionally, no.
Not intentionally, but you did do it. Right? All right. Because these are serious crimes, and they're taken more seriously now more than ever. And if you don't get help, you are going to rot your life away in prison. And with that, get the hell off my stage. You know, a lot of mistakes were made here, none bigger than what Philip has done. But I gotta say, Mom, you contributed a lot to this problem here.
I know it.
You know, and when people are in love, they do make big mistakes. They make mistakes because their love blinds them. But this is your daughter we're talking about, and you can't pick anybody over your children. Whatever you decide when you get back home, what you're going to do with Philip, you do what you need to do, what's ever best for you. But whatever you do decide, because we gave you, you know, we got him to admit the truth here, which, believe me, is not easy to do. I hope that you'll let us know what you do decide to do so we can let everybody know watching who found this story, because this is a powerful story. And this probably happens a lot out there. And we want to know, whatever happens, whether you decide to let Philip go on his way or if you're going to press charges or whatever, we would definitely like to know when you get home what you decide to do if you contact the show so we can put this at the end of the show, okay? Thank you very much. Good luck to you. Good luck. I can't imagine anybody abusing, first of all, a child, but now this is the most helpless of children, who probably needs more protecting because, one, he can't say, this person's abusing me, this person's abusing me.
Hey, Steve, if only my son could
I don't want to hear anything else. I'm just saying, I'm down with taking this place down to the ground. If we find out who's abusing this child.
I'll help you.
Chris, we gave you a lie detector test.
Yeah. Come on.
And we asked you, are you fabricating a story that Ray and Tanya are abusing Bridget's son? You said no. Are you physically abusing Ray's son and blaming it on Ray? You answered no. Have you ever hit Bridget's son using excessive force? You answered no. Well, the results for Chris's lie detector test
He told the truth.
came back all the same. Results came back the same for every question. And they came back that Chris is telling the truth. One person cleared.
Bridget's gonna clear too, wait.
Bridget, we gave you a lie detector test.
Sure did.
And we asked you, are you fabricating a story that Ray's abusing your son?
Nope.
You answered no. Have you ever hit your son using excessive force?
Nope.
You answered no. Are you physically abusing your son and blaming it on Ray?
Nope.
You said no. Is it true that Tanya told you that Ray burned your son with a hot bottle cap?
Yes.
You said yes. Did you see your son with a cigarette in his mouth while he was with Ray?
Yes.
And the results for your questions came back all the same also.
I told the truth. What now? What now? Wait. No, I told the truth.
And the results are, you did tell the truth.
Thank you.
I did not tell her that.
You told me you didn't.
I did not tell her that.
Well, we did give you a lie detector test also. Have you ever hit Ray's son with excessive force? You answered no. You told the truth.
Will I see this one?
Thank you. Did you ever intentionally burn Ray's son?
Nope.
You said no. You told the truth.
I didn't say it was fun.
You have a strange look on your face, like you're waiting for something here.
No, I mean,
Okay. Did you tell Bridget and Chris that you witnessed Ray burn his son with the bottle cap?
I said nope.
You said no, and you did not tell the truth.
He's mad, and you will never see him again.
Now, I'm going to ask you, before I read this last question,
Would you do that to me?
did you ever tell her, maybe you were drunk, maybe, whatever the reason may
Me
be,
and Ray was arguing.
and did you tell her that?
Yes,
Okay,
but we
you
was
did.
arguing.
So you're admitting that you did tell her that? Okay. Now, I'm just curious. Why did you lie to me?
I didn't mean to lie.
But you did lie to me.
Yeah.
And then you lied on the lie detector. Why didn't you just come out and say, yeah, I was mad at Ray and I told her that? Why didn't you just tell the truth?
I don't know.
Okay. Have you ever witnessed Ray physically abuse his son? You answered no, and you did not tell the truth.
Son of a bitch.
I never hurt my son.
I
don't care what
Hold on, Ray, now I'm going to give you a chance to talk. The woman that you entrust to take care of your child, who has all kind of special needs, she told your ex that, yeah, she saw you burn your son with the bottle cap. This is the woman that you love. Is she lying, Ray?
I never burnt my son.
Is she lying, Ray?
Yes.
What I'm starting to wonder, Ray, is there's got to be a conclusion to this story. And I'm wondering if that big thing that you came out that you were selling me and I was buying it, that you're this great dad.
He better pray real.
Have you ever witnessed Tanya physically abuse her son? You said no. You told the truth. Have you ever intentionally given your son too much Tylenol? He said no. He told the truth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Results are pretty accurate, right? Right?
I wouldn't do that.
The results are pretty accurate.
I'm a new father. I
So
might
I'm
make
saying,
mistakes.
Results
man,
are
but I would
pretty
never
accurate,
hurt
right?
My son, dude.
Results are pretty accurate, right?
I'm a new father, okay? All this was new.
So before I go on, Ray, anything you want to say?
No.
Okay.
I've not hurt my kid.
Right now.
Have you ever hit your son using excessive force?
Yes, you did.
And you said no, and you did not tell the truth. And then the question of all questions, this is the the burn in hell question. Did you ever intentionally burn your son?
I did not intentionally burn my
You said no, and you did not tell the truth.
I never did that. I never did that. I don't care what that said. I never burnt my son. I never burnt my son.
Have you ever put hot sauce on your to prevent him from biting them? He said no. He did not tell the truth.
Fixed. It's got to be fixed. Got to be.
Are you saying this is fixed?
It's got to be.
I was believing in you, Ray. I wanted you to pass this damn test.
Ever hurt my kid, man?
Have you ever put a cigarette in you answered no, and you didn't tell the truth, Ray? you. You know it was a lie. You lied. You tried to protect them. You're just as bad.
That's right.
You get the hell off my stage. And you Ray.
You gotta be kidding me, dude. You have got to be set the up, man.
You!
There is no way.
I wanted to buy you.
I'm telling
I
you
wanted to buy it.
Steve, I'm telling you
You
the
are
truth.
a liar.
I never hurt
And you know
my
what?
son.
You know
I
what?
don't care what that
I
thing
can say
says.
that. I get to say that.
I never
you don't
hurt
get to
my
say
son,
that.
Steve.
And on
I
top
never
of
done
it,
anything.
You know what?
You know
Ray?
what?
You're
You
screwed
just
up,
made
man.
the final decision for
You know
me.
what? Yeah, I made
You know
the
what?
final decision.
I quit.
And I
I'm
hope
signing my rights
you
away.
should.
I'm walking
I hope
away.
you do.
And you know what?
Go
I'm
sign
done.
the papers right now, and then I hope you go to jail.
I'm done.
Get the hell out of my
hell
store. Yeah. Well, shit, sure. Get the hell out of here.
You gotta be kidding me, man. Throw that damn chair back at him, man. What the?
Welcome to the show. My guest is Cassie. Cassie, you called. Why?
A couple of days ago, I was watching, and there was a question on there for feedback on what I thought should happen to child molesters, whether the death penalty was justice. And my daughter was molested by her father, and I'm here today to speak for her and to be strong for her and to prove that he's lying.
Your ex-husband molested your daughter.
Yes.
And how did you find out he did that?
She had stayed over at a family member's house and was trying to tell her that she was really mad at her dad, you know, in some strong words. And we couldn't figure out, you know, she couldn't figure out why. So the family member just kept asking her, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong? And she said, well, my daddy stuck his tongue in my mouth.
How old was your daughter at the time? And so your daughter told the family member that Daddy stuck his tongue in my mouth.
Yeah.
Did she say anything else?
She went into telling how he had touched her putty tat too hard and it was hurting, and that while watching pornography on the computer, he was masturbating. And my family member called me. I was not there. And she asked me if I was sitting down. Well, I knew something was wrong. Nobody ever expects this. And I said, yeah, I'm sitting down. And she said, well, I have to tell you something. She said, your daughter's telling me that her dad has put his hands on her. Well, instantly I thought I was going to pass out. I mean, nobody wants to hear that. And I said, well, what do you mean? And she said, let me put her on the phone and she could tell you. And my daughter got on the phone, and I think that was the worst phone call of my life. She said, Mom, don't be mad at me. She said, Daddy's been getting on me and rolling around on top of me, and that he'd been touching her putty tat and it was hurting, and you know, I could just feel the pain through the phone. And she said that she didn't want to tell me, and that he was buying her baby dolls and stuff in order for her to be quiet, and taking her to McDonald's and just all kinds of stuff. I hung up the phone. I couldn't even finish the conversation with my child. She was crying and wanted me to come to her. And I hung up the phone and I got ready to walk out the door, and everybody just grabbed hold of me because I was literally, I wanted to go and kill him. I don't know who wouldn't have. Can I tell you something?
Yes.
He told me he was going to pass this lie detector test because he was a Marine, that they teach him to pass these things, that he could stick a thumbtack in his shoe and step on it and it would alter his thought. And because he was a Marine, he was too tough to break. And I'm going to break him.
Well, why would... But if you're innocent, why would you say that? Why would you have to have a... First of all, I don't believe putting a tack in your toe is going to change whether you're lying or not. But if you're innocent, like if somebody said, Steve, you're molesting your kids, and I'm like, well, I was a Marine, and I'm going to put a tack in my shoe, and I can beat that thing. I would just say, no, I didn't.
Steve, I didn't do this. This is nothing but lies. My ex-wife is lying. If she said she wants to find out the truth,
hold on. First, let's straighten out. Are you still married to her?
Yes, I'm still legally married.
Okay.
This is nothing but lies. Everything that she said, 90% of it's lies. You want to see my shoe? I am a former United States Marine. There ain't no tags on my foot. That comment never came out of my mouth. I wouldn't come out here and lie. I want the truth. This has devastated me.
Well, I'm going to ask you right off. Did you do any of these things to your daughter?
No, absolutely not.
Did you put your tongue in her mouth?
No, I did not.
Did you?
Did you
touch her?
I am a Christian man. I'm a Christian man. I'm a born-again Christian man. I show my daughter affection. I show both my kids. I have been accused of what I've tried to protect my kids from.
So you
what I've been
touch,
accused from.
Did you touch her?
No, never in a manner that's inappropriate. Absolutely not.
Did you masturbate in front of your daughter?
No, I did not.
Did you watch porn in front of your daughter?
No, I have not. Never in front of my kids. I tried to protect my kids
Did
from
you
that
watch
lifestyle.
porn?
I have watched porn, yes. I'd be lying if I didn't say I have. What male hasn't, Steve?
No, I'm not going to take a lie detector test.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, that's been...
She said a year ago she asked you to take a lie detector test.
Yes.
Did you take one?
I didn't have, Steve, I didn't have the funds, neither did she have the funds to take a lie detector test. They said it was inadmissible.
Well, you didn't have enough money. That's a year ago. In a year, you don't have enough time to save up money to take a lie detector test?
You know what? The reason you don't have... You have no right. You have no right.
You have no right, Cassie.
You're
lying to everybody on here today. You're lying.
Why wouldn't I be in jail? Why wouldn't I be in jail?
Because it was covered. I would be in jail. Because you know the cops.
Oh my God.
Police department cop that came over the one day. I stayed the night. Three cops.
You would have been in jail. My friends, my family.
Your lawyers is not even.
Nobody likes you.
You are here to find out the truth, and we're going to read Cassie's first. She took a lie detector test before the show. Did you make up a story about your husband, Calvin, molesting your daughter? You answered no. Did you sexually molest your daughter? You answered no. Do you know of anyone besides your husband, Calvin, who molested your daughter? And you answered no. And the results of her lie detector test is that she told the truth. Came out very, very, very passionate. Fighting that good fight, right?
I love my kids, Steve. I love my kids.
Love your kids.
I love them with all my heart.
So I hope one
I know that the truth's going to come out, Steve.
You were a Marine, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, I was a Marine too.
Yes.
So from Marine to Marine, father to father, I hope
Steve, I'm telling you.
I hope you passed this test.
I know I did. I'm telling the truth.
I hope so.
I would never, ever in a million years be able to become a monster like that.
Did you ever have any sexual contact with your daughter? You answered no. Do me a favor and step over a little more. Did you ever have any sexual contact with your daughter? You answered no. Did you ever touch your daughter in a sexual manner? You answered no. Did you ever have your daughter touch you in a sexual manner? No. Did you ever deliberately watch porn in front of your daughter? You answered no. Did you buy your daughter dolls after sexually molesting her? You answered no. And the results of your lie detector test is that you did not tell the truth.
Oh my God, I knew it!
Ma'am? I didn't tell the truth on what, Steve? I did tell the truth.
Oh my God! You sick bastard!
Every one of those questions, you failed.
You sick bastard!
I'm telling the truth, Steve.
Hold on. The subject attempted to perform countermeasures to deceive the polygraph instrument.
Oh my God!
His obvious. He also had significant reactions to all the relevant questions. The examinee left a puddle of sweat where his palm was resting on the table.
Steve, I'm telling the truth.
You're not telling the truth.
I am telling the truth.
Liar.
No, I'm not a liar, Steve.
And you know what? How do you do this to your own daughter?
I didn't do
That's
this
what I
to
wanna
my
know.
daughter.
You do it to your own daughter.
I did not
you
ever
tried
do this
to beat
to my
the
daughter.
test.
I didn't try to beat the test.
You tried to beat the test.
I didn't try to beat the
and
test,
you
Steve.
come out here, you start proclaiming that you are a Marine and a religious man.
I am.
And you did this to your
I
own
didn't. I'm
daughter.
not lying. I'm telling the truth.
You are a monster. Yes.
I did not do this.
You know what? You're a dirtbag liar.
No, I'm not a dirtbag liar.
And I'm telling you something right now. You have to live. You keep talking about God. I think you're right. God will settle things in the end.
And
you
he will.
know what?
And I've been a born-again Christian, Steve.
I'm done with him,
You're
Steve.
done with him?
I'm done with him.
I'm done with you. Get the hell off my stage.
I'm just pissed off that I didn't get caught at anything.
No,
I didn't do anything.
the police are involved in this case, right?
Yeah, up in Michigan they are.
Open investigation whether you dragged this little girl down into a basement and whether you performed the sex act. The police are looking at you, right?
Yeah, I already talked to a state trooper
Well,
about
guess what? You're going to be doing a little more talking. You know, I got to imagine spending 14 years in prison is not the easiest thing in the world, right? Right?
It's not.
When you were in there, did they like guys that did things to children? Or was you the one jailed that they were okay with that?
None of them like that.
None of them were like that.
None of them like any guys that do that kind of.
Prisoners don't like when, even the prisoners that are bad guys, they don't even like it when other bad guys do stuff to kids, right?
Right.
They don't like that.
No.
Yeah. What happens to guys in jail like that do something like that? They get beat up?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Depending on what it is.
Depending on what it is. Like, what would happen if a guy dragged a little girl in the basement and performed a sex act?
But I didn't
No, I'm
drag
not
her
saying
anyway.
you, I'm saying
I didn't drag nobody
What would
nowhere.
happen to a guy in jail that did that? Would he get a beat down?
Probably.
Probably. And would the guy be screaming and crying? Probably, right? Because he's getting beat down. Yeah. And what would they, like if the guy did like 10 or 15, 20 years? That'd be a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you did 14.
14 and a half.
14 and a half. And I don't understand. The guy who gets his freedom, and can't control himself enough to stay out of jail. And what do? You pick on the most vulnerable of all, a child. You pick on somebody defenseless. Somebody a child is supposed to trust.
She
An
loved
adult.
you.
Oh, little girl loved him?
Yeah. She always hugged him and she just adored him.
And you violated that trust. You will be in jail somewhere, prison, and you're gonna turn on the TV, and I'll be there. You are the worst of what evil lurks out there. You pick on a child.
I didn't pick on no child.
The lowest of the low.
I didn't pick on no
And
child.
I will write you a letter when you're back in prison. Get the off my stage!
I'm here because my kids have been possibly abused by Michael, neglected and not being fed, not being bathed properly, molested. My children do not deserve any of this. They're great kids and they're kids. I mean, any kid shouldn't go through this. Never. For nobody. Their mother, their father, step-parents, grandparents, uncles, anything. It's horrible to even look at kids like that or even think about that. My daughter said that her back hurt, and when I asked her to show me her back, she pulled up her back and had burn marks, and she proceeded to tell me that one of her mama's friends had burnt her with a cigarette intentionally. I took her to the hospital, and they confirmed that it was a cigarette burn indeed. I do know Brianna, and I know some of the people she's had in and out, and I do believe that she allowed my kids to be hurt intentionally. Me and my wife, Allie, do have temporary custody for now, and they're safe, protected, and get everything they want. Allie is a very much better mother than Brianna. She knows she takes out time out of her day. She feeds them, takes them outside and plays with them, colors with them, does everything that she can with them. If Brianna and her family fail these tests, they'll never see these kids again, as long as I'm alive.
Do you believe Ryan and Allie fabricated any of this?
Yeah,
Why?
because they are trying to do anything that they can to cut me out.
Ryan doesn't want you to be a mother to your children.
Ryan doesn't deal with me. It's all Allie. He puts it all on Allie. He doesn't talk to me about our kids. I have to go through Allie.
Ryan says Allie's a better mother to your children than you are.
She wished she could be the mother that I am.
So let's go ahead and go into this one. You want to sit here and say, I'm trying to cut you out of their lives. So if you were a good mother, I wouldn't be trying to do anything to you.
What makes her... What makes her a bad mother?
The fact that she doesn't take care of them the way a mother's supposed to take care of them.
And how is that?
She has allowed them to be put in situations where they have said they've been molested, where they have said
The girls have told you this?
Yes.
What did they say to you?
Okay, it started off with the molestation. They said that their pawpaw Mike touched her tutu, which is the youngest. Okay, so we asked Brianna about it. As soon as we asked Brianna about it, she decides to go in defense mode and straight up say that it's all BS.
How do you explain the cigarette burns?
First of all, those were not there when I bathed
They
them.
wasn't there when we had them.
Already told me. It's funny how she'll tell you, but she won't come to me.
Because you keep
But
putting
on
her in the
top
same
of that,
situations.
on top of that, you want to accuse Mike of molesting her.
If Ryan and Allie are coaching these kids, then something should happen to them too. You don't coach children to say things like this. Ryan and Allie's end game is they want full custody of them. They don't want to pay child support for them. They just want them there. Michael is not a monster, and I will not have anybody say that he is.
Listen here, you tell you what, you speak. I ain't done nothing to kids. You hear me?
Well, if you have it, you have it. If you have, you're going to have it.
What if he were to fail?
Then I'm gone. I'm leaving.
You're leaving him?
That's it. I'm done.
And how's your relationship with your daughter now?
Me and Brianna are really close. We talk a lot.
That's good.
I mean, I've been around with her since she's been 18 years old, and I love her.
How hard is it on her that she doesn't have her children?
Very hard. I see her hurt every day. I see her cry every day.
Ryan, you took a lie detector test.
Yes, sir, I did.
We asked you, did you fabricate the story that Michael touched your younger daughter in her private area? You answered no. Did you coach your younger daughter to say that Michael touched her private area?
No, sir.
You answered no. Results came back the same to each question, and it came back that you told the truth. Allie, you took a lie detector test.
Yes, sir.
And we asked you, did you fabricate the story that Michael touched Brianna's younger daughter in her private area? You answered no. Did you coach Brianna's younger daughter to say that Michael touched her private area? You answered no. Results came back the same to each question, and it came back that Allie also told the truth.
Told you.
Whatever, that's fine. But what you gonna do if it comes back and everybody else's passed? Then what are you gonna do?
Brianna, did you ever allow your friend to burn your youngest daughter? You answered no. Did you ever intentionally not feed your youngest daughter? You answered no. Did you ever intentionally not feed your oldest daughter? You answered no. And the results for your lie detector test, they all came back the same. And they came back that Brianna told the truth.
Thank you! Try again, bitch! Try again!
Michael, you took a lie detector test. Yep. We asked you, other than changing diapers, did you touch Brianna's oldest daughter's private area? You answered no. Did you ever have contact with Brianna's oldest daughter for your own sexual pleasure or gratification? You answer no. The results for those two questions came back, and it came back that Michael told the truth. We went on to ask him, did you ever touch Brianna's youngest daughter's private area? He answered no. Did you ever have contact with Brianna's youngest daughter for your own sexual pleasure or gratification? He answered no. The results for those two questions came back the same, and they came back that Michael did not tell the truth.
I did not do nothing.
Ryan! Told you! You want to deny everything and make it out to be everybody else.
No.
Stop. Dude, we can't. He only touched the youngest daughter. Now, please, tell me something here. Do not give me whatever, I don't know. You're a grandmother, you're a mother, and the guy that you sleep with molested your grandchild. Please tell me that there's something inside you that is angering you.
Of course there is.
Well, then tell me about it.
I mean, it hurts. I don't understand why.
You don't understand
I don't know why.
You're a big as he is too. And both of you, get the I stand. We all understand how angry you are right now, okay? But if you don't use this and you use these, guess who's not going to have their father? Your daughters. So what you do is you go home, you be smart, and you let the police lock this guy up and put him away for jail. That's what you do, okay? So you got to calm down now, all right?
Where are you going to go?
I will figure that out, but after this, that was the only family I have. That out the window.
Okay.
Because my kids mean more to me than they do.
Well, then I'm proud of you for that one.
Those are my kids.
But as soon as I find out you've been back around them or your mama...
Oh, no, there will not be anymore. That's it.
The fact of it is, your mother either knew or she was too stupid to know. And if you're too stupid to know that children and grandchildren are being abused, you can't have somebody that dangerous around your kids, okay? So I hope you'll go home. You sound like you're making the right steps, you're working, you're doing things.
My kids are the only family that I have, and there's no way I'm gonna live life without them.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Work with them, not against them, because you know what they did today? They put a stop to your children being abused. That's all they did. That's why you're here today. All they did was stop that drug-addicted from touching your little girl anymore. So I know it's hard, and your kids, you know, you're gonna want to be part of your life, but you need to work with Ryan and Allie, and I hope the best, and I hope that this son of a bitch goes to jail for what he did. How's it feel to slap a pregnant woman?
I never slapped a pregnant woman.
You said earlier you did.
Not when she was, I said before she was pregnant with my son when we found out.
When you found out what?
She was pregnant. Before we even knew she was pregnant, when she broke something, I overreacted. I knew that it was priceless.
Did he ever hit you while you were pregnant?
Yes.
Where did he hit you?
On the face, on the sides, push me down.
Why are you lying?
You want me to take another test?
Your wife's saying you hit her while she was pregnant, you pushed her down, you kicked her. Now another family member says you're throwing babies across the room. Why is everybody lying about you?
Because a family member wanted to be with me and I didn't want to be with them.
Oh. You turned her down.
She even knows that.
So you turned her down?
Yeah, I turned her down.
And then she made up a lie about you, that you threw your kid, and you went to jail for 4 months.
Yes. She said I hit her.
And your wife's lying why? Because she wanted to be with you? What? Why is she lying? Did you turn her down?
No.
Well, then why is she lying? Why is she standing in front of this audience and 2 million people watching at home? Why is she lying about you? Why is she saying my husband beat me while I was pregnant, pushed me down, kicked me in my sides, slapped me in the face, pulled my hair? What is she going to get from that?
Nothing.
So why is she doing it?
Because she wants to know. I don't know.
She wants to know what?
If I did something to my children.
Oh, she doesn't have to say that to get on the show. Oh, we got some legal paperwork here. In 2016, Carlos was upset and threw their 4-month-old son 5 feet across the room onto a couch. In March of 2018, their 8-month-old daughter was experiencing seizure-like symptoms. A CAT scan revealed a chronic bilateral subdural hematoma on both sides of the brain. These were older injuries. More tests showed an acute left subdural hematoma, which was described as a newer injury. So those are facts, right?
Yeah.
Doctor's not lying, right?
No.
He's not going in there making, drawing like a Sharpie. Oh, look, hematoma. How do you get through the day lying so much? How do you get, I want to know how, as a young man, you cause destruction and hurt to your wife and to your children. How do you get through every day like that? Because, I mean, do I really need to read this to come to that conclusion? How do you get through the day? How do you look at yourself in the mirror? You're okay with it?
No.
What do you plan on doing about it?
Get help if I need help.
Get help if I need help. Do you, let me ask you, do you think you need help?
Yeah.
Your husband came here and took a lie detector test. And we asked him, did you throw your son across the room to the couch when he was an infant? And Carlos answered, no. Did you ever strike your son leaving marks or bruises? He answered, no. Did you ever strike your daughter leaving marks or bruises? He answered, no. How old is she now?
9 months.
9 months. Did you cause any of the brain injuries to your daughter? Did you cause any of the brain injuries to your daughter? He answered no. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Carlos did not tell the truth. No reaction to you failing this lie detector test? None? You're like a big lump of potatoes over there? Well, what is it, Carlos? You don't even show emotion for failing a lie detector test, for harming your own children,
I did not
for
harm my
causing
children.
brain injuries to your child. What normal human being takes a 5-year-old child and whips him across the room?
I did not throw my son.
5 months. You failed for it. You failed the question. You failed for striking him, throwing him across the room, striking your daughter, causing brain injuries to your daughter. You failed. Why did you do it? Was your daughter crying too much?
No.
Couldn't handle the crying?
No, it's not.
Well, what did she do that you caused brain injuries to your own daughter? What did she do? Why would you cause injury to your own daughter? What did she do?
Nothing. She didn't do nothing.
So you just did it just for what?
No.
For
I did
pleasure?
not do no.
Dan couldn't be here, but he made a tape about you, Carlos. Let's watch that.
In the 28 years that I've been an investigator and a polygraph examiner, Carlos leaked the most deception that I've ever seen during a pretest interview. He wasn't able to sit still. His body was shaking, his arms were shaking, his leg was bouncing up and down. When I'd ask him a question, he wouldn't give me an answer. He would actually go off on tangents and tell me about something else. He would over-explain, he would provide me with unimportant information, and he would blame others. Carlos actually leaked the reason why he's probably abusing his daughter. He stated to me that his son was a very good baby and didn't cry. He said that his daughter was totally the opposite and all she does is cry. In his own words, he said, "It can drive someone bananas." In addition, Carlos told me that before he came in for the polygraph test, he was throwing up all morning. That's another sign of deception. What happens is your brain's limbic system that's designed to keep you calm actually is unable to hold back your anxiety from the fear of detection. That's Carlos's problem, and he gave himself away even before the polygraph test.
Anything you want to confess to? No? So you're denying everything?
Yes.
You're denying everything. I can understand why you're denying, because I wouldn't want to go back to jail either, right? What do you think? You think you'd do more than 4 months this time? What do you think, 4 years? What do you think is appropriate sentence for somebody who causes brain injuries to a 9-month-old daughter? What do you think, 4 years or 40? You just don't even care, do you? You don't care that your kids are gone. You don't care that you hurt your wife. You don't care that you hurt your children. I could tell. You're so emotional right now. Okay, I'm done with you. And I hope that in the near future that your wife, and I hope to be soon ex-wife, calls into the show, writes us, lets us know that you're serving at least 10, hopefully 20, maybe 30, hopefully 40 years in prison. And nobody has to worry about you hurting them, or your kids have to worry about you hurting them. Maybe they can come home and actually be with a parent so they're not in foster care. And you're just one of the biggest that ever stood on this stage. And with that, you can get the hell off my stage. We're all here because we are going to put some stock in this lie detector test, right?
Now.
Because what? Hold on. Because everybody's pretty adamant that they're telling the truth here. Okay. And I believe that these results will tell who's telling the truth and who's lying. And this isn't a courtroom, so you're not convicted. But if you did something wrong, hopefully the lie detector test will lead to your conviction, whoever that may be.
There you go.
Teresa took a lie detector test, and we asked her, are you fabricating the story that your granddaughter indicated that Curtis sexually molested her? She answered no. Did you coach your granddaughter to say that Curtis sexually molested her? She answered no. The results came back the same for each question, and they came back that Teresa told the truth.
She could have accidentally. It's okay, let it go.
I want to hear from you. This is your mother. She just passed for your daughter telling her this. She didn't make it up. She didn't coach your daughter. Your daughter told her this. What is your reaction?
I never disbelieved in my mom. I just wanted to find out the truth.
Well, you found out half of it right now. I hope the other half was just as good.
Me too.
I mean, this is such a serious thing, right? And this next moment, it could blow a lot of things up, right? I'm not trying to be flip here, but do you think you backed the wrong horse here?
I don't know. I didn't really back anybody. Like I said, I kept Curtis away for a long time.
You backed Curtis. You backed Curtis.
There isn't any machine that's going to put me in that thing. I didn't do that. I don't care what comes up.
Then why'd you come here?
I came here because I know that I'm innocent.
Curtis came here and he took a lie detector test. and we asked them, have you ever had any physical contact with that child for your own sexual gratification? Curtis answered no. The results for his lie detector test is that he did not tell the truth.
I didn't do this. I did not do that.
Is there any more on there? Oh my God!
I did not do that. And that's the truth.
Yes, you did!
No, I did not.
Yes, you did!
That's the one question that's
No,
it?
Oh my
no.
God! Oh, that one doesn't matter!
Okay, listen.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I just want to explain, and I've said this on shows many times, Dan gives a thorough examination. We only read the question that's pertinent to the story and the simple and basic fact of, did you molest this child? He answered no, he did not tell the truth.
But I did. I did not do that.
Just tell me if you did.
I'm telling you, I did not.
No.
There's something wrong, but I did not do that. I did not.
He did it,
I did not.
Cassidy.
Don't, I don't even want to touch you right now.
I'm not going that direction. I'm going back.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Aaron.
Where are you going? Please tell me you have something to say. This is your daughter we're talking about. These kind of actions can destroy a child. Will have an impact on her for the rest of her life. Please tell me you have something to say.
Mad. Okay?
Okay. I want you to be mad. I want you to be mad. Now, I'm going to ask you another question. You going to take Cassidy's side this time? Or are you going to take your daughter's side this time?
It's not my side. I'm just...
Why are there two different results? The forensic medicine said they
One
had no...
result was that somebody was telling the truth, and the other result was that you failed because you molested that little girl.
That's not true. That is not true. I am going to stand here and tell you that mistakes happen, but the molestation did not happen.
Okay.
I don't care what this machine does.
I believe that little girl went to her grandmother and said, this man did this to me.
It did not
And
happen.
that's not a machine, that's a little girl talking.
It's not true.
Okay, and I think this little girl said that because you did something horrific to her.
What we're going to find out now
You're
is
going to
how
find out
much-
when you go back home and the police start looking at you again and re-interview you.
Steve, this did not happen. It didn't happen. All you're going to end up
What I want to know is, do you believe now? Maybe you don't. Do you believe Curtis did something to your daughter?
It did not
That's why
happen.
he turned his back on me.
I just want to go home and see my
You just want to go home.
I want to go
you know
see
what?
my
I
kids.
just want to go home, and I want everything to go away, and I want to pretend nothing happened. I want to stick my head in the head.
No, that's not true.
Well,
I'm
what
gonna
is
go home
true
and
then?
take action.
Yeah.
That's what's
What are
true.
you going to do? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna get the police involved. I'm gonna get investigations started.
I'll believe it when I hear about it. I'll believe it when I hear about it. And I'm sure you'll let me know, right? You know what? You are weak. Get up on stage.
I'm not doing anything, man. That's wrong. Steve, that's wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
It's so easy,
Because-
isn't it?
So easy?
Yes.
What's easy?
To point your finger, find judgment when you don't really know.
Yeah, that's easy to do, right? Because that's what I'm doing up here.
There's a lot of stories in
I'm
history
looking at
people
a
didn't
weak
do
father.
things. No,
that's
you're
not fighting for his
He's
child.
not weak.
Yes,
he
he is
believes.
weak.
Believing's not weak.
Now I'm going to pass judgment. Now I'm going to pass judgment.
you can't
You're
believe.
right. You're creepy.
No, that's
You're
not
a
true.
creepy
That's wrong. So easy to pass judgment.
And you're a guy that likes to talk in circles.
No.
And when you talk in circles, you never get a straight answer.
Right.
And why don't you want to give a straight answer?
Because
you're usually guilty.
No.
So all I
You're
can
guilty.
say is, when they go home, I hope the police
can't
either
put me there
reopen this
with this.
case
It's not
or
right.
keep it open.
Yes, I can.
And they lock
You
your
can't.
ass up,
My
and the
granddaughter
remaining days you
told
have
me.
on this planet, you'll be behind bars.
This did not happen. It did not happen.
As, you know, hey, I'm with you. I have a daughter. I would never do this. Do you think that he did, or do you think like maybe this is something that your daughter made up?
See, this is where I'm torn because I know my daughter makes up a lot of stuff. She's believable. I can usually tell when Nick is lying. That's why I brought him home the next day to talk to him while he's still on the spot, rather than wait so he can calm down with everything. But he was just as believable as she is, and I don't want to believe that he did something like this, and I don't want my daughter growing up thinking that I didn't believe her right off the bat. So that's why the very next day I called the show.
So he's here today, and if he were to fail his test, what would happen?
He would have to go, and I would figure out the proper steps to take to get him where he needs, you know, jail or however they work it. So.
All right. Well, let's meet him. Here's Nick.
Baby, you know I didn't do this. You know I'm innocent.
But why would she say you?
You know your family has dislikes to me. You know.
When she's asked, she says, like, Mama doesn't do that stuff, and Grandma doesn't do that stuff. Daddy Nick does that stuff.
There had to have been fabrication of the story somehow. There had to have been off-questioning, off-coaching. There had to have been. I would never do anything to her. I've been protecting her, all of our children.
You don't know what this has been doing to me.
To you, it's dropped my heart down to the floor. I understand your position, and I believe you. And I would never do this.
When were you accused before? How long ago?
2002, 2003.
And what happened with that accusation?
Nothing at all.
Nothing. Why not?
I don't know. I really don't.
Okay.
I don't talk to my family no more to find out why.
Do you feel like, you know, when I hear that, like the hairs go up on the back of my neck,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm like, you know, most guys go through life, they don't get accused of that. Now, here's the second time you've been accused of it.
Yes, sir.
Did you know about the accusation the first time around?
Yeah, I know the story about it.
Yeah. When I just asked him, you ever been accused before, and he said no, what was your initial reaction when you said no to me?
He's thinking of the accusation like our daughter is making, because that...
He knows. Come on. You know. I got to be honest. The way you were answering the question, and I don't know the result, right? I don't know the result. But I was thinking, I just don't like it. And now I really don't like it. But maybe you're telling the truth. It is crazy. I just want to say this. It's almost like we have an opiate crisis in this country right now, right? But molestation's a crisis too.
Yeah.
It's an epidemic.
All child abuse.
Yeah. And we were talking backstage, like, you know, all these documentaries coming out about, you know, famous people molesting children, that they got away with it for years and years. And I'm like, how about all the times it doesn't get reported?
Right.
It doesn't get, like, how many victims are out there suffering silently, you know? And here's the case, right? And it's crazy to think that there's people out there that want to take advantage of children sexually.
I know, I don't understand that.
Nick came here. He was accused last week. Some allegations came up. Things have not been right between the two of you. So he said, hey, before I go any further in the legal system, I don't want my daughter taken away.
Right.
We're going to come on the show. You want answers. So he
Yeah.
came here. He took a lie detector test, and we asked him, did you ever have physical contact with Nikki's daughter for your own sexual gratification or pleasure? He answered no, and the result of his lie detector test is that Nick did not tell the truth.
Didn't. Oh, man, I don't even know what to say now.
Don't run, please. This is your daughter. This is the man. You know, he failed this test. I mean, he inappropriately, and I believe that he did do this, and he failed this test. So you got a big problem on your hands. The guy that you're engaged to, the man you've been with for years, the man that you have a child with, is sexually touching your daughter.
How could you do this to her?
I didn't, baby. I swear I didn't.
The test is absolutely accurate. It's absolutely right.
It's real accurate. But let's forget the lie detector test, okay? I'm pretty good at when people are okay? And I said, and I told you, and I tell you 100%, I never know the results before the show. I never know the results until I read them. And the way he was answering in the beginning, I had a funny feeling. The fact that when I asked him if he's ever been accused of this before, and he has, and he lied about that, what does that tell you?
I see what you see.
It's a pattern with this guy. So whoever he victimized back in 2002, 2003, he got away with that one. And you would think, I would think that once you get caught, even though you didn't get locked up or anything like that, but you got caught, you got exposed, that you would say, man, I'm never doing that again. But maybe you can't control yourself. Crime opportunity. Oh, she's autistic. Nobody's gonna believe her. I can touch her because nobody's gonna believe her. And that's why he did. Now you got a big problem on your hands. You got this guy living in your house. Do you believe he did this?
I have to now.
You have to.
I have to now.
You got no choice. I am curious, when you found out about this incident, he told you about this incident from 2002, 2003? He told you?
Yeah.
And and when he explained it to you, you believed him?
Yeah, it matched what other people said about it.
Okay. But now, knowing what you know, does this frighten you a little bit with this previous allegation and now this going on with your daughter? What, you look at him now, this is your man. What are you gonna do?
You gotta get out. I can't believe you did this. Why would you do that to her?
I didn't, babe.
I'm gonna tell you this.
I gotta go.
I know you're gonna be scared because of things that have happened with your children, and maybe there's an investigation, maybe they come and they put your children in protective custody for a while. But if you don't do something legally, if you don't get the police involved,
Right, no,
and you let him just walk out the door and go on to relationship number, whatever,
no.
Just think he might do this to another child.
No, something's gonna be done. Something will be
Anything you
done.
want to say to her?
Other than the fact, I'm sorry you had to listen to the results today. I don't understand. I really don't.
And I don't understand why you, as a grown man, would want to touch an autistic child sexually.
I still determined that I didn't, sir.
Or, let me clarify that, any child. But I understand the autistic part because you thought you could get away with it. That's why you did it. And you know what? I watch these shows, I do this show, and I go through life and I can never, in a million years, understand it. Why you could be sexually attracted to a child. You are a sick and you can get the hell off my stage. I know this can't be easy for you, but you have to put a stop to this guy, and only you can do it.
Yeah.
You know what? You have your daughter, and something bad happened, but now you got to put a stop to it. You got to be tough. Don't backslide. Don't go home and get soft and go easy on this guy. Protect your daughter, cut this guy out of your life, and move on.